Esteemed colleagues and guests, welcome. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. My name is Samantha Martinez Saavedra, and I will be presenting some of the results of my master's thesis with the poster title Effect of Zirconium on the Structural, Mechanical, and Corrosion Behavior of Nickel Titanium Silver Alloys for Biomedical Applications. To begin with the experimental part of the project, pure elemental powders of nickel, titanium, and silver were used. A total of 18 grams was prepared with a concentration of 50, 80, 48, and 2 atomic percent, respectively. These were placed in a vial and mechanically alloyed in a high-energy ball mill for 30 hours. Afterwards, the powders were mixed with zirconium powders in concentrations of 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20 weight percent to obtain samples. Following this, each powder mixture was placed in dies and compact in a universal testing machine using a compactation cycle of 3, 6, and 900 megapascals with a dwell time of 5 minutes at each pressure, aiming to increase the relative density of the samples. Finally, the samples were sintered at 1000 Celsius degrees for 5 hours and cooled inside furnace. For characterization, structural analysis was carried out on the alloyed powders and sinter samples to determine the changes between them. Additionally, the relative density of the green compacts and the sinter samples was estimated, as well as their densification. Microstructural analysis was performed on the sinter samples, where resistance was determined using scratch tests. Corrosion resistance was studied in artificial saliva, and finally, hydroxyapatite layer formation was analyzed by immersion test. The X-ray diffraction results for the alloyed powders showed the disappearance of alpha titanium peaks after 15 hours of mechanical alloying, as well as the formation of gamma titanium phase and the austenite and martensite phases, as observed in figures 2A and 2E. The decrease in crystallite size and the lattice parameters indicates that the phases are stable. Figure 3 presents the results of measured theoretical and relative density of the green compacts and sinter samples, as well as the densification percentage after the sintering process. It can be observed that the theoretical density of the samples increases for the 5 zirconium sample compared to the 0 zirconium sample. This was attributed to the addition of a denser element of the nickel titanium silver matrix. However, as the percentage of this element in the alloy increases, a decrease can be observed. This occurs because as more of the base alloys is replaced with the new element, the theoretical density tends to approach the density of that element. This phenomenon continues until the solubility limit of the element in the matrix is reached. A reduction in the densification of the sinter samples containing zirconium can also be observed when compared to the alloy without zirconium. This was mainly attributed to the addition of particles larger than the powders forming the matrix, which may have affected atomic diffusion and the ability of the grains to achieve good coalization. In figure 4, we can also observe the X-ray diffraction patterns of sinter samples, showing the presence of gamma titanium, austenite, and pure nickel phases, along with the formation of the zirconium 2 nickel intermetallic in the 5 zirconium sample, and the stabilization of the alpha zirconium phase starting from the 10 zirconium sample. The microstructural analysis showed a matrix composed of the austenitic nickel titanium phase, along with remnants of pure nickel and silver at the grain boundaries. The microstructure of the gamma titanium phase was also observed. Inside a zirconium particle, the characteristic microstructure of the zirconium-2 nickel intermetallic was observed, surrounded by alpha zirconium phase. The scratch test results provided the friction coefficients of each tribological pair. As shown in figure 7, at the beginning of the contact between the conical indenter and the sample surface, the friction coefficient of all samples is high. However, as the sliding distance increases, the coefficient decreases due to the reduction in roughness and between the surfaces. In figure 8, a comparison of the scratch depth between the 0 zirconium and 20 zirconium samples is shown, revealing a reduction of up to 102 nanometers in depth for the 20 zirconium sample. This was attributed to the addition of zirconium increases the surface hardness of the samples and the formation of the zirconium-2 nickel intermetallic. Additionally, figure 9 shows the wear mechanisms. Subsequently, the OCP of the samples was measured through corrosion test in artificial saliva, showing a fluctuating behavior for the 20 zirconium sample, attributed to the release of ions due to the chlorides in the medium. For the other samples, stabilization was observed. On the other hand, potential dynamic tests showed that all samples tend to corrode in the medium, attributed to the segregation of nickel and silver, which may have acted as a galvanic cell, allowing corrosion behavior as seen in Table 1. The 15 zirconium sample exhibit more novel behavior. Finally, the immersion test conducted in SBF for 7, 14, 21, and 28 days allowed the observation of hydroxyapatite layer formation. In figure 12, the different samples are shown after the various immersion periods, indicating that the samples with zirconium content exhibit hydroxyapatite after 28 days of immersion, with the 20 zirconium sample showing the highest peak intensity, which is linked to the crystallinity of the layer. Figure 13 presents EDS micrographs showing the chemical composition of the layer. In conclusions, mechanical alloying enables the formation of stabilization of austenitic and martensitic phases of nickel titanium. All samples show a low friction coefficient in scratch test. The 20 zirconium sample had a 102 nanometers shallow scratch than the 0 zirconium sample. Corrosion test in artificial saliva showed fluctuating OCP curves and pitting corrosion by the interaction between nickel and silver. Immersion test showed hydroxyapatite layer formation, indicating potential for osteointegration.